What is going on, you guys, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video we are going to be doing a shout out video to the people who I don't like. So basically the people that I dislike. Now, I have made this kind of video 5 or 6 years ago, but that was kind of a bad video in my opinion. So today this is going to be a remake or a remaster of it, whatever you want to call it. So I do have a list of people on here that I've written down already, and I'm going to read them out. So each person I'm going to read out, and then I will try and explain shorter instead of a longer one. So before we get into this video, disclaimer, this is 100% my opinions, so you can agree or disagree if you want to. And also, these videos that I'm going to mention in the shout out that I don't like are not YouTubers, because I don't like to make hate videos on YouTubers. So these are the people that are not YouTubers. So people who are from school, Xbox, college, well, pretty much that. So, but anyways, let's get into the video, and we are going to be reading. And well, we're going to be looking at each person that is on the list. So, here we go. So, the first person on the list, we have Ben Bowler. Well, you guys pretty much know the story why I don't like Ben and what really happened between me and him. I mean, like I say, you could just look at my rant videos that I make on Ben Bowler, because I do have a playlist of it as well. And also, coming next Saturday, is the video about Ben Bowler blocking me on all the social medias like a coward. So this is the thumbnail that I have made. The video has been made, but it will be uploaded this Saturday. So stay tuned for that. Next person, Callum Bowler, which of course is Ben Bowler's brother. And why I don't like Callum Bowler is because of the time when me and Ben Bowler were friends and we played with each other, and all I kept hearing was Callum swearing, making noises, and he wouldn't even shut the fuck up. Like, if I was Ben, I would just stand up to myself and tell Callum to shut up as well. And also consider the fact that Callum has been telling Ben what to do, like saying, stop downloading this or stop downloading that. Well, I don't know how you explain it though. Next person on the list, Logan Hudson. So Logan Hudson is Ben Bowler's cousin. And the reason why I don't like him, because he is a Ben Bowler fanboy. And of course, I do understand that he does defend Ben Bowler. Or what though? Which, that just basically tells you that he is a Ben Bowler fanboy. And even in the present, and even right now, he is a Ben Bowler fanboy, because he will just try and defend Ben no matter what from other people, even trying to defend him from me. And also the time when he invited me to the party and kept calling me a C word, and he was threatening me as well. But then I had my friend Lewis defending me from him, and even I was defending myself as well. And before Logan left the party, he called me and Lewis pussies, which that just tells you that Logan is a pussy himself. Okay, next person on the list, Dylan Humphrey. Well, you guys pretty much know why I don't like Dylan Humphrey, and also I did forget to mention that I did make a rant video on him. And not just him, but the next person on the list, Queen Cynthia. So Dylan Humphrey and Queen Cynthia are the people that I have put on this list. So if you guys want to know why I don't like these people, then take a look at this video that I have made. Next person on the list, John Kirk. So John Kirk was the head of Chapel Road School, I believe. And John Kirk, do you know what? I'm not going to explain it. Alison McBay. Alison McBay is the TA of Chapel Road. And she used to accuse me and tell me off for no reason as well. And she made me a complete dumbass as well. And not just her, But the next person on this list, who was a TA of Chapel Road, and her name is Rachel Maguire. Yeah, those two people, Alison and Rachel, just used to tell me off for no reason, though. And they just accused me as well. This was like when I was, I don't know, I think I was 6 or, no, I think I was 6 or 7. I can't really remember. I don't even know how old I was that time, but that was just like, but I know it was like under 2010. So, over a decade now. And the next person on the next person on the next. Next person on the next. But yeah, next person on the list, Billy Whoppet. So this was the time when me and my friends in Admirals, do you know what, I'm not going to say. Well, like, me and my friends were at the same school that time before I went to Chapel. Actually, no, this was after Chapel Road, I believe. Do you know what, I'm not going to tell you guys the story. I mean, I will tell you the story about Billy Whoppet. Yeah, when we were doing like PE, something like that, then this was the time that Billy Whoppet had to tell me off for no reason, and I was like, what the fuck even is this? So, I couldn't even fight it or argue, because like, I was just young. But now, as I'm just getting all grown up, I could just, like, if I ever met him in real life, I would probably just argue with him. I'm not going to be like these kind of people that would just go and look for them or just, you know. Yeah, I'm not going to do that, but I would find him and then just argue with him, like saying, why do you have to tell me off for no reason? And then he would just say, like, come on, it's over 10 years ago. Yeah, it may be over 10 years ago. So yeah, and after Billy had told me off, I was almost crying as well. But I literally kept it all inside of me. Like, I was just holding it in. I tried not to cry my eyes out or anything. So I was just literally fighting it. So the next person on this list, Lorraine Everett. Lorraine Everett, I don't know how I'm going to explain why I don't like her. Hayley Ann Smith next. And Hayley Ann Smith, oh my god, like, this was when I was at Parkside with her, and she was a fucking nightmare, even in the taxi and on the bus. And she was just crying like a baby as well. And also what was annoying about her is when she kept calling me, I'm not going to say it because people will probably make fun of me. Even I've had someone who, you know what, I'm not going to explain the story. But yeah, Hayley Ann Smith did keep giving me nightmares every day. This was like between 2013 to 2017. Yeah, we were on the same taxi and she just wouldn't stop. And plus, she wouldn't even stop singing as well. Her singing was well annoying. Like, whenever a song plays on the radio, she would just sing to it. Like, that is just annoying. And now the next person, Alex Hodgson. Now, with Alex Hodgson, he was good to start with. But then at the end, like, when it was kind of a model or whatever, well, muddle is what I meant to say. Yeah, this was the time I just wanted time to myself in the taxi, and then, I don't know, and then Alex Hodgson was just coming up to me, trying to talk to me and what that. I just didn't want to. And he did kind of argue with me a little bit, like, who's going to go first in the on the bus, because usually it's always me that gets in the bus and not Alex. So, yeah, the real reason why I don't like Alex Hodgson is because he wouldn't leave me alone, and you know. Okay, next person, Daniel Knight from college. So this is a person that me and Miles know, and Daniel Knight was even in the same school as Miles that time. I mean, me and Miles weren't in the same school, but this was before college, though. Like, when we met up at college. The real reason why I do not like Daniel Knight is because he was just being a hypocrite. And he was like shouting all over the place in college. And even in the, what do you call it? Like in the campus. Like he couldn't even stop. And also just getting to like, well, seek attention to people. Not seeking my attention though, but he was just seeking other people's attention. And even just telling tales on one of my friends who did nothing wrong or what though. Yeah, so that's another reason. So that's the reason why I don't like Daniel Knight from college. And next person on the list from college, but he is a staff member and a TA, Benjamin Delaney. Yeah, Ben Delaney, the Bristolian. So, when we were in a lesson, I was talking to my friend, George Santos, however you pronounce his name. Yeah, so when we were talking to each other, then we end up with Ben Delaney coming to us, and then he was like, "Do you work, George?" and then he thought I was also Ben Delaney thought I was antagonizing with George. And I'm like, how the fuck was I antagonizing with him? We were just having a chat, though, because we known each other since we started college. Yeah, so we weren't even antagonizing. And even he tried to scare me as well. Yeah, Ben trying to scare me and threaten me. Like, not like death threat, of course. But like saying to me, like, if you don't move over to that computer over there, then you're just going to have to sit out of the classroom for like 5 minutes or so. I didn't even do jack shit to him. And then the next day after that, well, I don't know how many days after that, when Joshua Robertson was causing trouble in the taxi. So we came out of taxi, we arrived at college, and then I reminded Joshua, just don't do it all again. And then Josh decided to shout at me and antagonize. And then Ben Delaney came out and then said to me, "You two stop it." Why do I have to stop? I haven't even done jack shit, though. I was trying to calm the situation down. And then Ben thought that I was antagonizing with Josh. I don't think Benjamin Delaney knows how far he has his head up his own arse, though. I don't think he does. I think he was just using antagonize from Red Dead Redemption 2, where you just go up to random people and then you have this option to antagonize. I was not even causing trouble at all. I was just trying to calm Josh down. Even George was there and he heard it all, and he knew I was antagonizing. It's because he didn't have his head so far up, he didn't have his head so far up his own arse, like Ben. Yeah, so that's why George knew that I wasn't even antagonizing, and he took my side over it as well. And then the next person on the list, who is also a staff member of college, Connie Gibbs. Connie Gibbs. Now, I wish I didn't meet her in real life as well. So Connie Gibbs was like a young staff member. She was like in her 20s, so like late 20s. She was like 27 that time. And also, she was making me look like a complete idiot and a dumbass. So basically making me look so bad as well. And kind of treating me like she's my mother or what, though. But I don't know how you can explain it. Yeah, so even just saying to me, like, good man and all that. Like, I was being treated like this because of my autism, though. I mean, I didn't have a problem with her being a staff member, but it was just her, it was just her acting like she is a mother of anyone. Okay, and now the reasons why I really do not like Connie Gibbs and why I think she's a B word, which I'm not going to say, is this was the time when we were in the kitchen. Well, we were all downstairs in the kitchen, like making a chocolate cake or baking it, whatever you call it. And the staff weren't even helping us. I mean, I know it's about independence, but people with autism and learning disabilities like me can find it hard in life. Like, they just can't force it on us. They really can't. So it was just us, well, all of us in the class, apart from the staff, baking the chocolate, and it was extremely difficult. And then Connie was accusing me of not doing it all right, and even thought I was blaming it on someone else. And then she thought I was swearing in the kitchen, so she said to me, Mark, you need to stop swearing. How was I swearing? I never swore in the fucking classroom. Also, Connie Gibbs doesn't know how far she has her head up her own arse. Like, Connie Gibbs is a dumbass because she thought I was swearing. Well, she just misheard me. She didn't even hear what I actually said. And then another day after that, I don't know, well, before, when we were in that kitchen, is when I was having my drink. Well, we were at the garden. I was having my drink, and then I burped, and just as I was about to say, pardon me, then Connie has to shout at me, Mark, what do you say? And then I say, pardon me? Like, oh my God. So this is why I don't like Connie Gibbs and why I've mentioned her, because she's just being nasty. Like, Connie Gibbs is just nasty, in my opinion. Next person on the list, Rachel Nelson. Well, I'm not going to explain the story. I mean, with Rachel Nelson, she was good to start with. I mean, she was good on the first course that I was in, then my second course. But the third course, which was supported intern, no, she was not. Next person on the list, Leon Watson. And don't get me started on Leon Watson, which of course is Red Dragon. I never liked him. I thought he was going to be my friend. Well, we started being friends in 2013. Well, that was like 10 years ago now. Yeah, I thought, like, I first met him in the taxi. But he wasn't in the same school as me. But we went to pick him up at the school he was at, where it was just boys. The naughty boys. Yeah, Leon Watson wasn't actually a good friend of mine. And like I said, I thought he was my friend, but it turned out he was a fake friend and a backstabber. So that's why I put him on this list. And Janice Holt, she was the escort for like a week or two when I was at school that time. This was in 2017, so that was like 6 years ago, I believe, or 5. And she made me a complete dumbass as well, thinking that I was a child, a little kid. Like, that was the time. I was like 16 that time, and she thinks I don't know what I'm doing, like whether I can open a door or what though, or like mind a step. She just thought I wasn't sure what to do. I just hate it when people like that think I don't know what to do. But I actually do. Okay. Then Noel Course was the bus driver in 2017, and he was only doing it for 6 months. And I don't know how to explain the story, so I'm just going to skip that. Gavin Webster, he was also my bus driver when I was at school. He was only doing it for like 2 weeks or 3, I believe. I can't remember how long he was. And the reason why I put him on this list, oh my fucking God. I mean, this was the one time when we were all going home. We were all in the taxi and then like doing our voices. I can't remember what we were doing that time. And then they were all getting me to talk. So I didn't even do anything because I didn't really want to. And Gavin Webster, all of a sudden, took the fucking mic out of me. Took the mic out of my voice. literally just making fun of me and mocking me as well. And that is just an insult. So that's the reason why I put him on this list. Next, Riley Smith. Riley Smith is a student. So this was when we were at school that time. And Riley Smith, why I don't like him is because, like, he was shouting at me for no... Well, this was a time when we were just playing around and I was just chasing him because we were having fun. And then all of a sudden, Riley just started to cry and be like... and then one of my friends came up to him and said, what's wrong? And Riley shouted at me, "Go away, Mark!" And I was like, bruv, what have I done to him? Seriously. And also, why I don't like him is because he just makes excuses, though. People will probably defend him saying he has mental health issues. Yeah, that's not even an excuse, though. That's not even an excuse to back him up. And after Riley Smith shouted at me, he had never apologised to me. Like, he should have apologised to me, and he never did. So that's why I don't like him. And the next student who was at my school, Charlie Pinner, the Texas wannabe. And I don't know how I'm going to explain this, but Charlie Pinner used to cry for no reason. Next person, Joshua Deneen. Joshua Deneen, reason why I don't like him is because he was like screaming like a little girl, and he was like swearing as well, and he being inappropriate as well. And he thought he was being funny. And he was being like, and he was hitting things as well. And he just didn't really care. Like, Joshua Deneen was just quite careless. So that's why I didn't like him, and that's why I put him on this list also. And two more people left on this list. Christopher Youngs. Christopher Youngs, a year older than me. Like, he was making noises that were so irritating, even screaming, and worst of all, burping as well. And didn't even say, "Pardon me." This was the time when when I was at the party with, Christian's birthday party, and he invited Christopher to his party, which he should not have done. And so we were in, like, Frankie and Benny's, and then as we were, like, eating then Christopher Youngs burped in my face. And I was like, what the fuck, man? Why do you have to burp in people's faces? And plus, why are you not saying pardon me? Because you burping and not saying pardon me is just fucking rude of you. So that's the reason why I don't like Christopher Youngs, because he's just being disgusting and annoying. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the last person on this list, Joe Tippett. Now, Joe Tippett, I don't know how I'm going to explain the story, but she also used to tell me off for no reason. And Joe Tippett is the judo teacher, but not a perfect one. Yeah, so she used to tell me off for no reason, accuse me, and even I was joking around with her that time, but she didn't even seem to take a joke, so she just sent me off the thing, whatever you call it, and I didn't really bother, because I didn't want to do judo that time, because I was forced to do judo. So yeah, and even when I was round my friend's house that time, even Joe went there, and I was joking around with her. And when I had this, like, I don't know, I'm not going to explain it, she even shouted at me, saying, "Not in my face." Like, dude, that is just extreme. Why would she just shout at me like that? All I was doing was joking around with her. And also the time when we were on a picnic, I just thought, why don't I just feed the crust to the birds? And then Joe Tippett said to me, "Good boy." Oh, so Joe Tippett is just treating me like she's my mother now? Come on. Nobody is my mother. Apart from my mum. who I was born, like where I was born inside. Alright guys, I think that is all the people on this list, but I don't think I've missed anyone out on this list. So I think that'll be it for today's video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. A like is always appreciated. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great day and night to you all. Peace out. Underwater.